Police arrested 9 individuals on the charge of a gang rape of a woman in the capital. 7 of them were arrested on Tuesday, while 2 were nabbed yesterday. The perpetrators have confessed to the heinous crime that has been evident in our society every now and then, and the call is now on the administration to take stricter actions and raise vigilance to avoid such unfortunate incident which has been long due. Good morning, I'm Sarah Sapsanama, and these are the headlines of the hour. Incessant rain and snowfall results in dip in mercury across the country. Meteorological Forecasting Division says weather system will be affected till tomorrow. Leaders furnish recommendation on political report of CPN Maui Centre Chair Dahal on the 4th day of 8th convention of the party. Call for a maximum of 2 terms for top leadership position. World Health Organization warns the Omicron and Delta variant of COVID-19 will bring a tsunami of cases, pushing the health system to a brink of collapse. And Manchester City widens its lead at the English Premier League points table with 8 points following a 1-0 win over Brentford. Police have arrested 9 individuals on the charge of a gang rape in Kathmandu, and the perpetrators have confessed to their crime. According to police investigation, 9 individuals had gang raped a 34-year-old woman who had reached Kathmandu from western Nepal in search of job opportunities. The heinous crime had taken place on Monday at a hotel in New Bus Park. With the help of CCTV footage, police have arrested Hikmat Nepali, Ratan Nepali, Suresh Sejwal, Deepak Nepali, Shiva Hari Budha, Yuvraj Baduwal in fact, and Gopal Kumar Shrisa for their involvement in the crime. Most of the culprits were seeking foreign employment. The survivor had reached Gongabu police in a weak condition and was immediately taken to the hospital for tests and treatment. Those arrested have been held at Maharajganj Police Circle, and further investigation is underway. The police have said that the survivor might have come to Kathmandu for the first time, as she was not much aware about the capital city. Life across the country has been affected due to rain and snowfall caused by westerly low-pressure system and the low-pressure wind near Bihar of India. Incessant rain and snowfall throughout the late December days has affected life across the country. Snowfall is continuing at high, hilly and mountainous region across the country. According to the Meteorological Forecasting Division, the weather is likely to improve starting today, but the next 2 days may continue to witness fluctuations in weather conditions. With the rain and snowfall, domestic flights were affected yesterday. According to the Trivandrum International Airport, a total of 66 domestic flights were cancelled due to bad weather condition. The Meteorological Division has urged everyone, including the mountaineers, to stay safe and warm. Meanwhile, yesterday's meeting of the Council of Ministers had decided to distribute firewood and warm clothes in cold-affected regions. The Cabinet has allocated 400,000 and 800,000 rupees in mountainous and Tarai districts through district disaster management committees for the same. Now on to political updates. Strong demands for directly elected executive president and proportionate electoral mechanism have been raised in CPN Maui Centre. Airing conclusions of the group-wise discussions under the 8th General Convention of the party, many leaders have questioned the commitments of party chair Pushpakamal Dahal to make amends on previous errors. A total of 11 groups had furnished their recommendations on the political report yesterday. Most of the group leaders raised alarms on the commitments of Chair Dahal to make amends on previous errors. Likewise, many groups termed the political report vague and lacking clarity. The leaders have demanded for investigation into the failure of communist parties in addressing the public issues after gaining power. Likewise, the representatives have also demanded a maximum of 2 terms for main leadership position. The representatives have also shared their grievances in regard to the failure in the effective implementation of federalism. In response, Chair Dahal has assured of reviving the party and making amends himself. The representatives also suggested for mandatory enrollment of the children of the central members in government schools, along with forming a policy for the behavior of those assuming responsibilities in the government. The representatives have also demanded of a provision to withdraw party members from the government if they are found guilty of making serious mistakes hurting the party's image. citing the reflection of antagonism in the report in regard to relationship with India and issues of national interest, including the Millennium Challenge Corporation. A few leaders have urged for clarity. The CPN Maui Centre is to begin procedure for election of a new leadership today after completion of presentation of recommendations by 14 remaining groups. Tamu, or the Gurung community across the country and elsewhere, is celebrating Tamulosa today. The day is celebrated on 15 Posh of the Nepali calendar. Tamulosa marks the beginning of Tamu or Gurung calendar year. Each year, the day is celebrated by bidding farewell to the existing season and welcoming the new one. Tamulosa is mainly celebrated in Lamjung, Gorkha, Tanahu, Siangja and Manang. Likewise, the day is also celebrated in Kaski and Parvat, among other districts, with wide settlement of Gurung community. The day marks the longest night of the year, while days will now continue to lengthen. The government yesterday announced public holiday on the occasion of Tamulosa today. Prime Minister Sherbahadur Deuwa extended greetings on the occasion of Tamulosa and said that the unity in diversity and cultural aspect that maintains social goodwill in the country is exemplary. Experts have suggested for managing foreign employment and ensuring the use of remittance in productive sectors. Stakeholders have also stressed on the identification of new destinations for foreign employment and eliminating unnecessary hassles for the workers. Addressing the Migration and Remit Summit organized by the Kantipur Media Group, Minister for Foreign Affairs Naren Khadka said that foreign employment will be well managed as it helped in alleviating poverty. Speaking at the program, keynote speaker and labour expert Ganesh Gurung drew the attention of the government towards identification of new destinations for foreign employment other than Gulf nations and Malaysia. Other speakers, Meena Potal and former Ambassador Udayraj Pandey, said that human trafficking was increasing due to lapses in ensuring monitoring. Likewise, former President of Nepal Association of Foreign Employment Agencies, Rohan Gurung, shared grievances of increase in cost for migrant workers because of rampant corruption at government offices. Likewise, Governor Mahaprasad Adhikari accepted the failure in using remittance in productive sectors, while business person Chandra Dhakal suggested for channeling remittance in productive sectors by forming investment policies. Also speaking at the Labour Migration and Economic Debate, Parliamentarian Dila Sangrola said that women had to be allowed for foreign employment through sound agreements and destination with the destination countries. Meanwhile, Aruna Magar Lama shared grievances on behalf of returning migrant workers in relation to the lack of conducive environment or employment opportunities in the country. Most of the speakers were of the view that foreign employment had to be well managed and remittance had to be used to support the national economy. In our Public Voice segment, we've asked locals in several provinces what precautions have they taken against the increasingly cold weather. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
न्यानो लुगा लगाउने झोलिलो कुराहरु खाने तातो तातो खाना खाने
चिसो पानीमा नभिज्ने
आगो तापेर बस्ने गरेका छन्
बाक्लो बाक्लो लुगा लाउनु पर्छ तपाईको त्यो चिसोमा नखेल्ने
पसिलो खाना खानु पर्ने
अनावश्यक रूपमा घरदेखि बाहिर ननिस्कने
आगो तापेर बस्ने चलन छ
तातो तातो ज्याकेट लाएको छु
Time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. The question is, what's your take on the ineffectiveness of parliamentary committees? Your options are A, apathy of political parties, B, effective parties splitting, and C, feeble leadership. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Time now for the sports update. Against the norm of keeping the sports sector away from political interventions, leadership in the Nepali sports fraternity is plagued with political influence. Impact of the change in the government is first seen in Nepali sports sector. Country's sports regulating authority, the National Sports Council, is currently reeling under the same issue. Dilemma persists regarding the official member secretary of the entity, as Tanka Khising, appointed by the government, and Ramesh Silwal, reinstated by the Supreme Court, are both claiming legitimacy. Silwal, who was appointed the member secretary by the previous government, was sacked by the current Council of Ministers. However, the cabinet had replaced Silwal with Tanka Lal Khising before Silwal was reinstated by the Supreme Court. This state of confusion in leadership at the National Sports Council has obstructed Nepal's preparations for international tournaments and the 9th National Games, along with the entity's daily operation. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.